No! Don't say you even expected the Kung Fu Fist, because it's been a long time. You must be a true Shaolin master to expected that. And you are not. You're still an apprentice. Stop. Stop! You weren't expecting that. Maybe you saw it coming at the last second. That's different. That's like, oh, I knew the train was going to hit me. You know what I mean? You're trying to tell God that you knew the train was going to hit. But I knew it. I saw it at the last second. I'm like, but you're still here. Anyways, so, man, has shit changed? Dude, you would not believe what the fuck. Okay, now, about a year ago, almost to the date, I read a passage in the Bible. And I was divorcing, I was separating from my ex. And I was telling her, I mean, I had not known what to do with myself, you know, I mean, I don't know where I fit in. But I'm starting to figure it out. So I told her, she was saying something, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, don't worry, I'll be dead within a year. Because I read something in the passage said within a year, the false prophet will be dead. And like all the shit I've been saying, I've been right about a lot of shit, but you know, so far the main one hasn't come true. So therefore, I'll be dead in a year. So don't worry about me. You know, it's fine. Almost to the day, Pope Francis died. I can't say what, who, what, where, when, but the next passage, I kept reading past that. Like once, kind of settled down a little bit, I kept reading past it. Just, you know, make sure he's yelling at me. You know, he might be yelling at somebody else, and it says within 2 years, everything you lost will be returned to you. Okay, there's a lot of shit you don't understand. Okay, so this phonic mixer, I won it in a contest. I don't know if it's this exact one, but it was too much mixer for me at the time, so I sold it for $800. It was $2,000, but then they immediately came up with like a better one, and then immediately came up with a better one than that, and then they kind of went out of business. So it went from $2,000 to being worth. I mean, it's still at 16 by 60. If you have a Windows 7, yeah, I've got a Windows 7 laptop, so I can be a mobile 16 by 16 studio. All I gotta do is unplug that thing right there, take all the microphones with me, and I'm a mobile 16 by 16 with compressor. I could do the sound and then run that to the PA guy, and then run a track to my laptop to record all 16 tracks of whatever we got. You know, drums, overhead. Anyways, so it's back. I got it for $400. It's the same. It's the exact same one. So as soon as I got it, I knew I'd do. And it worked exactly with my current studio that I got, because my current studio has 8 ins. It's got 8 outs. It's awesome. It's incredible. It works perfectly. I had a B2. This is a B1. This is all I need. The B2 has another diaphragm on this side. I don't ever get back there and sing. I mean, if I will try to capture the room and stuff, but I never do that. This is the B1 is plenty. It's exactly what I want. It's the same microphone. It's just this is the only position I had the B2 in, anyways. Like that. There's just so much shit, dude. That's just been coming back to me. I mean, there's a foot. I opened my closet door while I was doing the studio stuff. A foot pedal I didn't even know I owned with an adapter fell out. Well, it fell out, and I was like, oh shit. I don't even know if this works. If I had the adapters, I picked it up. Like the adapter was like connected to it and up in the closet still, so I could pull it out. I plug it up. Everything fires up. I don't know when I got this. I don't know if someone came over and hung out and left it. I don't know. My computer, I was never going to go past Windows 7. I wrote Rolly and told them, okay, BFG 3.3 is where we part ways, because you have to have Windows 10, and I'm not going to Windows 10. My computer can't do it. So I'm like, whoa, blah, 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 blah. So I moved to Windows 10. And then my audio thing wouldn't work, so I got a new audio card. Then eventually it got to where the graphics wouldn't hang, and so I had to get a new computer. And so I got a new computer, a new video card, but now I've got that other one, and I still have that Windows 7. And I just got another Windows 7 machine. So that Windows 7 machine in my studio, my bedroom, is going to be my listening station. I have my near fields, and I'll just sit there and listen to like music. You know what I mean? I can listen to music in that small room, and just there's not a lot of reverberation. They're designed for small rooms, anyways. And I'll put them in a place that's like ideal for like listening. But that way is also my TV. You know, it's the sound system for my TV. I'll put like in the middle of the room where it's echoing perfectly. Right now, I'll scoot to the left a little bit. I'll scoot it more to the right, and set it up exactly. It's gonna be dope, dude. And that Windows 7 will be like the heart of that machine. I'll get a wireless control so I can write in that room because I've got the 50-inch monitor in there. So I've got the 65 in the other room so I can write in that room. And then talk about can't steal from me and all this stuff about BFD3 is back. I fixed it. God fixed it. He gave me the shit to do to get it fixed. So I got all my packs down. Okay, so all my old packs that are running through. I've got BFD3 that will run the version that is locked up by them for my old ones in Sonar. Okay, so I got that BFD3 running. I can at least, if nothing else, open it, get any MIDI and any presets, settings. You know what I mean? Like a setting with all the drum map and all that stuff. I can get all that out of there. I have BFD2 back, is licensed. Any of those that use that, I can load that and get a BFD2 map, load it through BFD3, translate the BFD2 map into a BFD3 map. But the very tippy top of it is the fact that the 3.4 before it goes to 3.5, which is I'm fine stopping right there. I got all my packs licensed. They all work so far. It all runs on my over here. I just put a new snare head on the snare. It rolls so good. And the sensitivity is like through the fucking roof. It is so good. I got my kit all set up. It's I've got some new joints from Roland. Some clamps. I've had them for a while, but they wouldn't clamp on this. I just figured out a way to get the clamps to work, so now I can put my Roland pads. I'll show it later. Well, let me go ahead and switch to that one just quickly because I got it like that. You can't really see it anyways, but there'll be some clamps right there. Get your big head out the way. You see that white right over my shoulder right there? That right there, that little right there, the white right there. That's the new clamp. I've got like 3 of those. So I've got an extra. I've got those 4 percussion, the 3 percussion pads. I've got a 4th percussion pad and a 4th slot to plug it in. I just got to get a stereo cable, and now I'll have like 4, and they're gonna be like so smoothly like lined. So that way I'm not hitting the cymbals anymore. They can be like lined, like, and they'll roll. So they don't like the toms will be easy to hit, but then they're gonna say if I go down the toms, I can go against the wall, like, and just keep going that way, and they're separate. You know what I mean? It's one separate roll. It goes that way to the percussion, or I can go because sometimes that first percussion, the first tom, is a percussion. So I'll put a percussion right next to it. So, and I've got one. It's gonna be so sick, dude. It's gonna be a little bit of work. Speaking of work, I got a VST on this, so now it will not clip or go over. Send as a compressor. I actually could put a little bit more compression on there. I probably won't. I might put a little bit more volume because it says 0, and often I go to like plus 15. Let me just bring it up a little bit. Just goes. Hopefully it won't clip. Oh, we're at -5. No, that's Studio 1. No, we want that back at -5 then. Effect. There we go. Check 1. You know, let's go to 5. Check 1. Yeah, there we go. Nice and low. And as long as I don't like clap or anything, if I do, just kind of back off like that. All right, so good. We got good volume, and it's not too loud. It's not too pushing. Anyways, I got to go from we are moving into a world of pure imagination, Why can't I find it? There should be another one here, but I don't. Oh, that's because this one's why. That's why. So yeah, and this one, Studio One, has there, and it's -5. Cool. So we have this mic, this camera now. One thing we also have, thanks to my mom, I thought I was gonna get a cost of living adjustment, but I didn't. My mom happened to get a little bit of cash from taxes or whatever and she offered to get the RAM I was gonna get. It was gonna be 160, but I found one that locally is $96 for 64 gigs. I was doing everything I was doing before, like all the broadcasting before. I was doing that with 12 gigs. And all those little stutters and pops and stuff, that was not because I thought the CPU was doing too much. Oh no, it was the RAM the RAM was being pushed too hard. Now it's not even like what I'm doing right now, all this, it's not even breaking a sweat at 12 or 14%. I'm gonna pull it up and find out. I need to find out what with broadcasting. CPU is at 51%, no, 48% and dropping, probably because the task manager is viewing it. That does take a little bit of extra. But yeah, 43%. Memory at 29%. The GPU is at 45. But I mean, I wouldn't normally be broadcasting, and that's quite a bit to be doing, and it's doing 2 monitors and broadcasting, and the GPU is at 50. The CPU is below 50%, running the whole thing, running Cakewalk, running OBS. Speaking of, let me go hit a little play real quick. This is an old track called Ada Cicada, and I don't know, this is the VRT edition. That's probably, I'm guessing, vintage recording technique, so that's probably a high RAM kit. They're saying there's 4 gigs being used on Cakewalk alone, sitting still, so maybe this is why. Make sure it doesn't go up any. Well, it's not staggered. Solid 50, 30, and 50.
She walks on the wind and dreams of a time that ain't ever been. The walls are getting closer, the air's getting thin.
Okay, so let's see if do a little bit of mixing on this. Now control, no, keep the current settings and see if it'll play now. No, it won't. Okay, I was hoping it would, when I installed it, I could use that, but I can just use the spacebar and whatever. I know the shortcuts. Let's go ahead as usual and start with, and that shows you vintage recording techniques loaded. And that was BFD. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Let's go ahead and turn master off. That's -20 already. Bring all these guys down. Alright. This is where I actually trained in, so I should be a little bit more fluent in this thing. Pretty soon as I'm still learning, so. Yeah, you know what? Let me move that on. Okay. Getting a feel for that sound. Yeah, thank you. That'll work that good. Perfect. Yeah, it crashed. Apparently L2 didn't want to open up. It's having a problem because I just did they did an update to Waves, and they're having like a renewal program rather than trying to. They can't sell you the same plugin over and over, so they sell you a renewal program. So every like year or two or so, they add a new feature. They make a new interface. They streamline the programming, you know what I mean? They make it something so that way it's got, you don't have version 14 of L2? I'm like, I've got version 12. Oh, this one was, I don't care. Version 12 works fine. And they gave away some free plugins. And when you install those, it does the update. And it's been giving me crap on several of my plugins since then. But as you can see, it can do... That's Ada Cicada, and so I've got so many albums. I don't know if I've ever shown that those folders I have of those songs, but I mean, there's so many songs in there, and that's not the ones that I have in the folder I want to do. That's folders of done. That one's like all 9 albums that are out now, all the way back to Musica para los Muertos and Graveyards Along the Way. I've got the bundles out there. This doesn't have a disk drive, so I'll just put it in the disk drive in there, and I'll either email them to myself. Like I said, I got a thumb drive, and that's probably what I'll start doing here for too long. How long have I been? 32 minutes? It's a good time for me to shut up. I talk too much anyways. So, I mean, usually it's like an hour or so, and I'll get back to it, but right now I probably need to start getting some of those bundles ready to go, and I probably have some over here anyways. I mean, I don't have to. I mean, I guess during the weekend I could always go ahead and do that up. But no, that's insane, man. I can do so much stuff now. I thought my computer was at its limit. Not even close. Not even near close. It's just crushing this like with no problem. And that was like to run Sonar in solo mode without broadcasting. It was if anything beyond 48 kilohertz, which I used to record at 96. A couple of my albums are done at 96 kilohertz. There was no way of doing that, man, because the RAM was like over 90%. It was without streaming. Now I'm streaming, and it's just like, yeah, no problem. I'll probably will have to change the every time it changes 96, 48 because Cakewalk does that a lot. I've decided just to go to 48. See, in music and Rolly, they tried to blame me basically because their new kit was just scratchy and just whatever, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm in 96 kilohertz, and you're like, you're 96. You don't have to be." I'm like, "I know, but you got sampled in 96. Like we sampled in 96. You don't have to do that." I'm like, "I know, but I record in 96. You don't have to." I know I don't have to. I know 48 is good enough, and it's technically what everybody else does, but 96 is closer to really what's actually happening when I'm recording just the root of my guitar. I want every instance of my guitar as close to like true HD printed on there. I don't care how big the file size is. That's why I got a big ass hard drive. That's why I got several big ass hard drives. I know the file size. I want it that large. The drums are in 96. Shouldn't everything else be in 96 also to match and accompany? Why would I do 48 for the guitars and 96 for the drums? So they found like you could be able to run smoother and you probably won't have the glitches and stuff. I'm like, but all of your other packs up until this one run so smooth at 96. They all run great at 96. They forget that all the other packs were done for a program that started on Windows XP for BFD1. Then BFD2 was a continuation with plans of using those packs. BFD2 had all those packs. Almost every pack that went to BFD3 was already released when BFD3 came out. So all the libraries run on Windows 7, so it was no problem to run in 96 with the Windows 7 machine that I had. It was, my machine was designed to crunch and destroy 3D video. I was going to start doing 3D video for a lot of stuff, for some movies, for other things, for psychedelic stuff, but things get derailed, or did they get derailed for the right time? Maybe it wasn't the time then. Maybe now's the time. I'm about ready to leave YouTube. I'm about ready to do a lot of shit. If I'm a cheap gear guy, I don't have to be based here. I can be based anywhere in the world. Right? Anywhere I can get electricity, and they're working on weird ways to get electricity now. They're not just sticking with the old fossil fuel Donnie. Everybody's moving on except for America. That's kind of sad. Everyone's moving on to like better visions, and Donald Trump is still trying to dig in the ground for energy. There's so much more advanced and better ways, cleaner and more efficient ways that don't do damage to your children. RFK, you want to talk about what's doing damage? How about petroleum products? How about digging the blood of the earth out of the earth and then setting it on fire so you can go vroom vroom? I've heard like all my life, I was talking about, man, I would love to switch to a solar car. I'm like, dude, those things go so slow. I'm like, who fucking cares? You're not in a hurry because you don't have to pay for gas, asshole. Oh, you mean if I get into a wreck, it'll be at 30 miles an hour? Sounds perfect. Sounds like no one will die. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, shit. How's yours? Yeah, I know they got that nice little reinforced bumper kind of front there. Do we exchange information? No? Okay, I'm going to back my fucking little shitty... Hold on, let me Fred Flintstone this real quick. Hold on. All right, see you later. I ain't got nowhere to be. One of the reasons you gotta be somewhere is you gotta pay that fucking car note, don't you? I gotta get a car so I can get a fucking car note so I can get a pay for... If I plan some food, I could have some what I actually need a lot faster. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Where? I'm reminded of that song. And where in the world did I ever go wrong? So I'm at 38 minutes. I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to like load up like Presonus and just kind of. Oh, let me see if I can track some drums. I can put my big stupid head on the screen. See, I don't know if you guys can hear it. I'm gonna check and find out though. I can know how to test and see. Yeah, that says it's there, but I don't know if you could be lying to me. You lie to me all the time. And there we go. Now we got you set up. And then Studio One, which sets you up for properties, virtual. It says it's registering, but I don't know. I don't trust you. You burned me before, so I don't trust you. You heathen. Oh, that just kicks so good. All right, let's see. I got a Dave Abbruzzese kit, and I got a Matt Cameron Duper Unknown kit. Let's see what we got there. Matt Cameron Duper Unknown. Let's see if this works here. Done. Freaking sick, man. Sick man! Sick man, sick man, sick man. What are you doing? You're over there. Why are you feeding back over there? That don't make no sense. You're all kinds of wrong in the head, man. It ain't right in the ears or in the head. But I guess that's where you find fancy bread. BFD, just for you and just for me. Because you got BFD 3.5 and I've got BFD 3 just for me. You don't steal from me. So it means, oh, I didn't check to see if maybe those other ones might be licensed now. They probably aren't. We can check the regular BFD3. BFD2 might have something to tell us. Anything? It should say that it recognizes some new packs. Well, it recognizes some. It's enough to get work done. Can hit you to that if you would like to see a little bit of that. Properties. Yeah. Okay, say hello to my little friend. This here is BFD2. And as you can see, I've got access to several. There's my, I don't have my BFD2 kit because they now call it London sessions. But if I need to, I can load, I can load this right here. This will have the key map. The key map. The key map will be loaded here. When it loads, it's like, sorry, I can't load the kit pieces. I'm like, that'll be fine. Once I get the key map, I can then bring it into the other one that I showed you, and or the earlier one, 3.1, and then translate the key map. And once I translate the key map and actually the preset, if I save the preset, it'll get the key map, any of the grooves, any of, you know what I mean? It has all that, everything that's like you can see here, all this, the mixer settings, this right here, right there. And so there's a setting under on BFD3 where you can go when you're loading a preset, whether you want to load just the sounds, whether you want to load whatever. So, but as you can see, I mean, it's working. I could technically see this coming through, isn't it? Yeah. See, it's working. I just need my packs back. I haven't decided, man. I mean, I've got BFD3, but it's not about BFD3. You know, so I don't have BFD2. And they just took it, and I don't think that's fair. I think they should have to give me my packs. I think that's only fair. And the only thing only locking out is them. It's the same packs, they just named them different things, so they need to change it so that the licensor is looking for the same name on their server, and I'm done and I'm gone. You know what I mean? And I'll write them their letter that they say in their EULA about you have to leave, but I'm not going to leave and say that I want out until I have everything working. And if I have to take them to court to do that, then that's what I fucking gotta do. And I'll take $25,000 off their hands while I'm at it. I was going to write them today and say we're good, but I just now realized, and now that I load this, no, I don't have BFD2, and that is mine. They have no right to take that away from me. That was FXpansion. FXpansion gave me the NFR, and I could go on FXpansion right now, and if it weren't for them, I could get everything I have. Fine. But they screwed it up, so no, I'm not quitting. I was going to quit, but no, I'm glad I didn't send that letter. I was wondering why I didn't send that letter. That's why, because fuck them, they owe me. They owe me. So, yeah. And, now we're at an hour. Now I've rambled on long enough. Still talking to the wrong camera. Maybe I should switch you guys. Huh? What do you think? Switch you over there and you over there? Problem is, you won't clamp on. You clamp onto a thin screen. The thin screen's there, and it's got a better shot over this way. And when I'm going to be doing a lot of my mixing on Sonar, I'll be looking this way anyway. So when I put up a small screen, kind of like how BFD was in here, like, I'll probably put something like that in there. So we get like a real close up, and just like my eye, you know, and like a lip, and so you can see me like this. And it'll be like, so the reason why I put on the compressor like that is because What? I'm a visionary. I'm a genius, son. And anyone else is doing a thing like that? No one. I could do the whole thing like that with my hand like that, and then just I'm voguing the whole goddamn show. You don't know me. Don't just see what you did. You made me blow the thing out by going at you. That's your fault. It's your fault. You made me do it. Made me do it. See, that's I had no control of that. There's a difference between silly and being serious. Red flag. He's a victim blamer. Yes, you're right, Your Honor. I did say she made me. How much do I owe? In this very sensitive time and age. She made me do it. You're about to make me do it, Your Honor. See? I owe her how much for that? I don't have control of this. I don't have control of that. So